nako nananathi sisive seMaswati sina leminyaka lengu-55 sesikhululekile ngandiphethe. Siyabonga ke bonke sisahalalisele emakhosi ethu nelive ukuthi nebayitolo lekungibona lesithi basebenta lelive makhosi ayitolo nesive seMaswati sonke sayitolo ngoba lokhu lesesifike lamhla siyasakukhanza lesikuhalaliselako ngilokuchamuka kibo lekubita ke ukuthi ke nathi siMaswati njengekukhonjwa indlela makhosi Nkosi yelive sichubekeni silibeke live libe ngiloko lekungona lesikukhanzile nathi nalokungcono. Maswati silibandla lelikhethwe nemingcele sisahalalisele emakhosi nelive ngandiphethe sijinga siphindze futhi siwabongele emakhosi ngemsebenzi losetulo eveni welikhetho sisitengcile tigaba tokuqala lebesikito nyalo ke sekuseleke sigaba lesesisetulo ke lokungisona sona ke lesisitawu siniketa iParliamente yethu isinikete futhi emabandla enkundla lekuba ubuchopho ke lobakhiwa induna tetinkundla lekungibona bosihlalo bese ke nabobuchopho bemiphakathi benkundla labakha lobuchopho lelibandla lenkundla lekungilona lelisebenzisana kanye neParliamente nahulumende welive leMaswati wonkana. Bongosi emalanga umuntu akandlulise lokuthi mhla ka-2026 bese ulandzela ke mhla ka-29 September walolukhetho lelukhulu lukhetho lwesibili lesongilona loluyifinal ngalawo magama amalangeni sikhutha lwandle sibongele live ebongosi bayethe wena waphakathi wena ungangezindaba Bose.
Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by our news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondumiso Vilagati alongside Zama Zemanze. Let's take a look at our news-making headlines. The patron of Babugisi Foundation, His Royal Highness Prince Banzile, has applauded government for making Siswati one of the key subjects in schools in the country. The Ezulwini Chiefdom Chief Attorney General Sfiso Khumalo has hailed His Majesty's leadership for launching the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program. The Minister of Tourism, Moses Vilagati, has asked the nation to conserve the environment and reduce gases that damage the ozone layer. And now the news in detail. The patron of Babugisi Foundation, His Royal Highness Prince Banzile, has applauded government for making Siswati one of the key subjects in schools in the country. His Royal Highness was speaking during a culture tour that was conducted by the foundation at Stegi Nazarene High School in the Lubombo region.
The foundation is stepping up its initiative to promote the Siswati cultural heritage and to teach it in schools around the country. The foundation spread its wings to Stegi Nazarene High School in the Lubombo region and imparted students with vast and deep knowledge in the Siswati cultural heritage in topics like the organizational structure of the traditional Siswati home, national cultural ceremonies, Siswati traditional songs and dances, Ubutsega, the initiation custom, and the Siswati traditional regalia. The young people were also taught that moral values are the foundation for a prosperous future. The patron of the foundation, His Royal Highness Prince Banzile, applauded His Majesty's government for making Siswati one of the key subjects and further suggested that Fridays be made cultural days wherein students dress up in traditional attire.
Buhle besiswati yonke into ihleleke kahle, yonke into inesizathu lesithide. Akuthi nje ukuthi kubekiwe nje into noma ukuthi umuntu wesiswati uma kanjani. Noma umuntu akavunulile ngeSiswati uvunule nakavunulile lenane imvunulo isho inkulumo. Isho inkulumo esigaba semuntu, pheze isho inkulumo esigaba ukuthi lo msebenzi wani. Kusho kona ukuthi kuyajabulisa nekuva nalabantwana ukuthi bathi kakhulu ngalesi Siswati. Sibonge uhulumende kakhulu wayo imbube yemhlaba ukuthi asifake leSiswati kusyllabus. Solo siyakubonga lokho, solo siyakhutsata ukuthi kube i-passing subject, kuba into lenhle leyo kakhulu ngikwanza kwebuve beSiswati. Na ubuka nje amavela amanye njengama-Arabs, leli siko labo le-Arab solo likhona. Yebo bayathuthuka bona, kepha-ke leli siko solo likhona nemhambo yabo. Kanjalo-ke nathi singemaswati kufuneka siqine njalo emasikweni kakhulu. Sibonge nje kakhulu emakhosi ethu eSwatini ukuthi sukela amakhosi akudzala solo umhambo nemasiko esiswati ebuve solo namuhla solo sihamba ngawo. Nekukhutsata nahulumende ukuthi tikolo tonke teSwatini ukuthi njalo ngabo lesihlanu bayitayele lemvunulo. Ngoba lokunye lesikubona ukuthi labanye basangakwadi kahle lokuvunula, basangakuconsi kahle labanye. So nakuyintayelo batawugcina bakutayela sekulangatini bangabi nebulukhuni sinabavunula kuvunula kanjani.
The foundation has started a rollout of lucrative incentives that will encourage students to ace the Siswati syllabus. Recently, 3 top performers who excelled in the Siswati subject in the 2022 external examinations for grade 7, Form 3 and Form 5 were flown to the Republic of South Africa courtesy of the foundation. The competition will grow and see the next batch of winners flying overseas. On the news, I am Sandile Makanya, reporting from Sitegi.
The Eswatini Chiefdom Chief Attorney General Sfiso Khumalo has hailed His Majesty's leadership for launching the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program. Khumalo was speaking during a graduation ceremony of 75 young people under the program, which is being implemented in partnership with the United Nations Development Program.
In March 2023, Eswatini municipality partnered with the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, to deliver the first Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program, which was aimed at offering out-of-school youth with basic vocational and business development skills to enable youth to generate income and resiliency. Speaking during a graduation ceremony, Eswatini Chiefdom leader, Attorney General Sfiso Khumalo, hailed His Majesty King Mswati III's leadership for launching this program.
I also extend my gratitude to His Majesty King Mswati III for the visionary leadership in launching the Eswatini Youth Program. Bayithi wena waphakathi. To that extent, EYEP is a government-endorsed program which aims to support young graduates to secure their foot at the door of employment or starting business.
The Minister of Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs, Harris Bulunga, implored the private sector to support the government in curbing youth unemployment.
We continue to make a plea to the corporate and government state enterprises to join hands in this noble initiative of assisting government and the UNDP in the quest to curb youth unemployment in the country.
The Minister of Education, Lady Howard, also touched on the importance of youth skills in the country's economic development.
May I join my colleagues in congratulating the first cohort of the TVET graduates today for showing the rest of our youth that lives can be transformed through hard work and dedication.
Besides being awarded certificates of excellency, the graduating youth was also given tools to start their businesses. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samgal Suekoza with Simova Shongwe, Babane.
The United Nations Resident Coordinator George Wachira says the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program is conforming with the United Nations mandate of youth empowerment. The Resident Coordinator was speaking during the first Youth Empowerment Program graduation ceremony.
The Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program is aimed at reducing the country's youth unemployment rate, which currently stands at 58%. The UN Eswatini resident coordinator, Jojo Chiri, says the program is part of the United Nations Youth Empowerment Mandate.
Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program is part of a broader program within the United Nations family that is trying to promote the interests and the needs and empowerment of young people. That includes 8 other UN agencies.
UNDP Eswatini country representative Rose Batindira highlighted the main objectives of the project.
And the overall objective is to encourage entrepreneurship, a powerful tool in fighting youth unemployment, but also, most importantly, break the no job, no experience vice that many of our young people face today.
The graduating youth said with the newly acquired skills, they are committed to support the country's economic development.
I would like to express my heartfelt thanks for your generous gift. With your unwavering support, you have made our education possible.
Helping them in any problem they've got, it could be their couches, sofas, office chairs and everything. I want to stretch my wings in such a way that I want to fill up the entire continent.
The Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program was launched by His Majesty King Mswati III last year. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkal Siwekoza with Simova Shongwe, Babane.
The Minister of Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Moses Vilagati, has asked the nation to conserve the environment and reduce gases that damage the ozone layer. The minister was speaking at Limpopo University during the launch of the World Tourism Month.
This year's theme for the Tourism Month is Tourism and Green Investment, Investing in People, Planet and Prosperity. The theme speaks to the conservation of the environment. Speaking during the World Tourism Month launch, the Minister of Tourism, Moses Vilagati, says during this month, they will have different activities scheduled, including clean-up campaigns.
During the course of the month, there will be activities that will be taking place, which will culminate on the 27th of September at Ngwenya Class, where we'll be celebrating together this theme. May I wish you all the best during the month. Let's all ensure that we talk tourism and green investment. It is the right thing to do. EEA, or Environment Authority, and other stakeholders have already shown that it is doable.
The Eswatini Tourism Authority CEO Linda Ngumalo says the launch taking place at Limpopo will help ensure that students have skills and knowledge required to the sustainable development of tourism in the kingdom.
We encourage our tourists to not litter, to stay in eco-friendly accommodation environments, and to minimize waste.
Limpopo Campus Director Tobile Kumete says they do offer tourism courses.
In our program, we do have modules that speak to green tourism in our international tourism management program.
During this month, the Ministry of Tourism will also be educating the public on the importance of sustaining the environment. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kian MCB and Sabenet Msetfa at the Limpopo University, Eswatini.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Principal Secretary Newman Jangasa says the launch of the Diaspora unit will have a positive impact on the economy of the country. The unit will help in collecting data of Maswati who are in diaspora.
The Diaspora unit aims to strengthen the government of Eswatini's capacity to engage the diaspora for social and economic development of the country. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Principal Secretary Newman Jangasa elaborates on the importance of the Diaspora unit.
This unit will be able to monitor and also to keep the data of Maswati that are working outside of the country. Not only Maswati that are working, this unit is also going to be keeping data for students that are studying outside of the country.
International Organization on Migration Chief of Mission Jeremias Mendes says, among other things, the Diaspora unit will assist when there is disaster and evacuation is needed.
Needs a dedicated mission to a dedicated unit that on a day-to-day basis can deal with things related to that. It's through this unit that you will be able to know who is where doing what?
The country started setting up the Diaspora unit in the year 2021. During the official launch of the unit, it was gathered that the unit will ensure that Emaswati who are in diaspora are not left behind in the country's development. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, with Vuminkosi Nzinisa Mbabane.
Eswatini will now procure chicks from Brazil and Turkey amid the outbreak of avian influenza in different parts of the world. The Director of Veterinary Services, Dr. Xolani Dlamini, said this when explaining what measures are in place to prevent the disease from spreading into the country.
The Director of Veterinary Services, Dr. Xolani Dlamini, explains how Eswatini will deal with the outbreak of the avian fever.
What we're doing as a country is we're making sure that we trade only from safe compartments with South Africa. First, in fact, we reduce the amount of trade between us and South Africa in terms of chickens, or with the neighbors, let me say that. Because what is happening is that our poultry industry is a vibrant industry locally. So it is able to cover the local demand. So that reduces the need to import from our neighbors. But what we're still importing in numbers is the fertile eggs, which we get from farms from South Africa. Some of those farms now are suspect farms. But where we get our fertile eggs, we test before we take the eggs. And the tests must not, or the results must not be older than 10 days. We are exploring importation from Turkey. In fact, we have found a supplier in Turkey, and we are looking for alternative supply again also in Brazil, just like we did the other time.
In June this year, the World Organization for Animal Health reported that 9,500 chickens died of avian influenza in 2 farms in South Africa. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Mbabane.
The public has expressed enthusiasm over the upcoming elections scheduled for the 29th of this month. They further encouraged others to go and vote on the day.
There are only 14 days left before the secondary elections, and members of the public say they cannot wait to cast their deciding vote.
As youth to empower us.
The youth says it faces high unemployment rate and casting their vote will give them a voice. Some say there is a need to vote for someone based on their capabilities and commitment, not because they have treated the public to different material things. They also feel not voting is depriving oneself a golden opportunity to make a meaningful contribution to the country's development.
The Elections and Boundaries Commission says there will be over 700 polling stations. Over 583,000 people have registered for this year's elections. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Mbabane.
Dear viewers, now take a look at our financial updates.
Can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV. We begin our sports roundup with the women national team that continues with their preparations for the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Burkina Faso next week and the COSAFA Women's Championships in South Africa next month. Head coach Eswatini believes that they have a tough job ahead of them, especially the upcoming COSAFA Championships, where they will play against the likes of Banyana, Malawi and Madagascar.
Begin our sports roundup with the women national team that continue with their preparations of the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Burkina Faso next week and their COSAFA Women Championship in South Africa next month. Team head coach Eswatini believes they have got a tough job ahead, especially the upcoming COSAFA Championships group games against Banyana, Malawi and Madagascar. The confidence within the players is what is driving the team, and also defeat some of their familiar opponents in the COSAFA next month. Sebo will play a friendly against Mozambique this Friday at Mkuzweni before their clash against Burkina Faso next week, Wednesday, And in our international news, Poland Football Federation has sacked their head coach Fernando Santos from Portugal, having taken the team in charge in January this year. Santos, aged 68, faced defeats in his recent 6 games where he was defeated 3 times. Lastly, Brazilian and Tottenham striker Richarlison has admitted that it is time he got help from psychologists in order to be back to his best. Richarlison has only netted 4 times in his 40 appearances at Spurs since joining them last summer. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabiso Msonera, Mbabane.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a quick recap of today's headlines. The patron of Babogisi Foundation, His Royal Highness Prince Banzile, has applauded government for making Siswat one of the key subjects in schools in the country. The Ezoluni Chiefdom Chief Attorney General Sfiso Khumalo has hailed His Majesty's leadership for launching the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program. The Minister of Tourism, Moses Vilagati, has asked the nation to conserve the environment and reduce gases that damage the ozone layer. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.
And your rewards card.
There are thousands of reasons to choose Spar with the Spar Rewards Grand Cash Giveaway, where you could win instant cash with your new Spar Rewards card. Plus, get amazing savings like 450-gram Bacoma Wheat Mix for only $24.99 or Lifebuoy Hygiene Soap. Buy any 2 for just 28 Emalangeni. Win your share of thousands in cash instantly with the Spar Rewards Grand Cash Giveaway. Only at Spar.